A Minecraft movie will stack 65 million plus in the second weekend. This is the kind of number that still continues to blow my mind. Is that they are now projecting, and that's probably a comfortable projection, that 65 million. They are now projecting that the second weekend is going to do as much money as they originally thought the first weekend was going to do. That's how crazy this thing is.
I still think they're wrong. I still think they're wrong. I think it'll be higher than that.
Renegade Online. Of course, we've been talking about box office pain as well, and I just kind of want to jump in here. I know you cover a lot of Disney stuff, so I know you're probably familiar with all the goings on with Snow White, and then of course we have this Minecraft crazy thing going on right now. Did you see either of those?
I have seen both of them.
One
is definitely better than another.
you can take a guess which one you might think is better. Yeah, that has been something. Just to follow up with what we had Sunday night, we were still looking at 150 million estimated global opening. And I said, well, it's probably going to be bigger by the time we get the final numbers on Monday. Sure enough, $163 million. Beat out Barbie, which I thought would have been, Warner Brothers thought that was impossible. Warner Brothers was projecting 65 million domestic, 65 million international. They were only off by 100 million. Only. I mean,
a small 100, just a cool 100 mil.
Just a scotch. Smidge. Yeah, just a bit.
That's the power of gamers.
It really is. So let me ask you kind of on that topic, Vera. I mean, and I've told this story to my audience before. My youngest son, Renegade Jr., he's going to be 14 next month. Yeah. And grew up he was a Minecraft kid. I mean, he was the hardcore target audience for this IP and for this film. And, he and a lot of his friends months ago when the first trailers came out kind of had that really looks stupid, but then it kind of turned. And then as it got closer to coming out, the interest was like, he went from that to, I don't know how good it's going to be, but I still want to go see it. And that was the key. Yeah. I still want to go see it. So I don't know, what was your experience with this? Because I still baffles me how badly even the distributor of this film, Warner Brothers, got their projections. They clearly whiffed on the walk-up traffic that was coming.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that initially, yes, there wasn't a lot of hype. It was a lot more skepticism. But as the years have gone on since it was announced, we've gotten things like Sonic. We've gotten things like the Super Mario Brothers movie. And I think that the hype of those and how much those have been beloved movies really fed into people giving this more kind of credence, being more hopeful for this. And while I didn't think it was going to be bad at the box office, it definitely did do better than kind of everyone initially anticipated. As of 2023, 300 million copies of Minecraft sold. I expected it to hit $1 billion at the box office. I didn't know how quickly it was going to, though.
Yeah, I mean, the IP itself, I don't think anybody ever doubted the power of the IP, but there was obviously some doubt as to, for whatever reason, again, would people go see it? Did even though a lot of the criticisms early on for the trailers for this movie with Jack Black as Minecraft Steve, that was unexpected, and you really didn't know how it was going to turn out, and then wham. And I mean, it's not just a movie, it's now turned into a meme with kids going to the theater, freaking out, calling the lines out. Unfortunately, some of them getting themselves arrested because they're assaulting and battering people in the theater with ice cups and popcorn. Not a good idea, kids. Stand up and cheer, but stop short of the felony, okay?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that that's kind of the power of memes, because you mentioned it's memed on. And that's why so many, people on social media chase clickbait. And I think that studios have finally realized that if they have, 10 moments in a movie that can be clipped for 5 seconds and then posted across social media, it raises so much more buzz. And then it's like the chicken song, right? Everybody's ha 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 laughing at the chicken song. But because that blew up on like TikTok and X and just social media in general so rapidly, I think there were a lot of people that were like, I'm not going to see this, that changed their tune to, wow, that clip was kind of funny. And since everybody's raving about the clip, I'm going to buy a ticket.
You're dead on. And this is, and I'll play the clip we played on the Sunday show because it still boggles the mind. But here it is.
Chicken
Dude, my niece and nephew reportedly went bananas also when that happened. So, I wasn't there to witness it, but look, it's just a thing. It's a meme. It's meme culture living. It's gaming meme culture alive is what it is. So.
I know it's 2025 will be known as the year of the chicken jockey for theater. I mean, I think that's going to become a permanent meme for theaters as chicken jockey. But let me ask you this though, guys. Something you just said, Vera, it's very interesting. And I thought about that. And then look, I don't remember where I saw this passing somewhere on X in the last couple of days. But basically, since that movie, I don't remember, there was some other production. I don't know if this was a joke. I don't know if this was real, but it was like you said, some other production out there was going back and saying, can we go back and Easter egg some stuff into this or redo the script and get some memeable moments in here? And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. My concern, and tell me if y'all agree or not, is that from a creative standpoint, I'm worried that are we going to start making movies to be nothing but Instagram memes as opposed to, you still got to have quality storytelling somewhere in there, guys. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that we are going to see a rise of just the meme culture movies. I guess we'll just call them as simple as we can, because social media is very prevalent now, but so many people do view it as just another a way to market. And I completely understand that, right? Because companies need to make as much money as possible. And if they can post a 5 or a 10-second clip on social media and get 10 million or 20 million views, well, then they're not paying for all of that marketability. So unfortunately, I do think that we are going to see a lot more of these maybe nostalgia bait moments in movies as well that really don't provide to the story. They just kind of exist to be a clip that kind of fits into the movie.
Do you think, I'm just going to ask y'all this question, do you think that Ryan Reynolds is largely to blame for starting that trend? Because, I mean, the guy's a marketing genius, and he kind of shoved some of that stuff into the Daredevil,
Deadpool. Just to kind of wrap up on some of the Minecraft stuff, because there was a few interesting tidbits here came out in this article, because Anthony D'Alessandro at Deadline was asking a lot of the same questions, and that is, yes, tracking pegged this at $65 million for its opening. And then towards the end of last week, we started hearing projections of 75 to 80. Still half or less than what actually happened. What went on here? How did tracking miss? Well, there was a last-minute push by Warner Brothers, he is told, Anthony D'Alessandro was told, in response to the social media heat. So Warner Brothers tweaked something in there. I mean, and whatever they did was brilliant.
I also wonder if the leaked, unedited version had to do potentially if it was internally leaked, because there was so much talk about that and so many of those images flooding social media for, I believe, I'd say like the day before or 2 days before, then of course people are still talking about it. So I wonder if that also really helped, because it looked memeable as well.
You're absolutely right, I think. And we talked about that Sunday on the show, and how there was even another article at Deadline. I closed it out before the show started. I didn't think about using it until you just said that, but you're right, because they said, this leaked version where the visual effects had not been nearly completed had no impact clearly on the film. And I started to wonder myself how that would ever get out, because those kind of things are locked behind so many firewalls on servers at a studio. Not to mention, somebody had to have rendered that out in an unfinished format and then somehow gotten a copy out. I mean, how many times has that happened in history? It's extremely rare. So you might be right. This might have been kind of a backdoor deliberate leak that Warner Brothers did, because it was totally unfinished, and it was like, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and it's not even like it was, I don't know, a 15-minute clip, and then 5 minutes of the film was missing, and then another 15-minute clip. It was the entire thing all at once.
Mm-hmm.
That's very suspicious to me, but a leak, guys, allegedly.
Right. And that's what was so crazy. But they go through some of the other particulars here, but $313 million is where it wound up over the course of the weekend. And I think on that, let's see, I want to bring this up because we've already got some early tracking here. And you can see that not even Deadline can get away from the story of what happened on the stock market today. A Minecraft movie posts its fourth largest Tuesday, any day in April ever, apparently, will stack 65 million plus in the second weekend. This is the kind of number that still continues to blow my mind, is that they are now projecting, and that's probably a comfortable projection, that's 65 million. They are now projecting that the second weekend is going to do as much money as they originally thought the first weekend was going to do. That's how crazy this thing is.
I still think they're wrong. I still think they're wrong. I think it'll be higher than that. Yeah. And that's my instinct, right? Because I'm like going, now, wait a minute. This is a boys movie. Sorry, ladies, but it's more oriented around the boys and the, the super nerdy girls, which, we love super nerdy girls. I do. I married one. But so when you look at it, you go, okay, this is going to do better than that. I think the repeat watchability for the people who probably feel like they missed some of the meme commentary are going to go back and hunt for more Easter eggs. I'm sorry. It's just that's when the boys get excited about something, numbers go up. When the ladies get excited about something, they go see it once. The rare exception is maybe Barbie, but I don't know about the return audience on that. It was probably the gay dudes that were showing up to go see it again. But I'm just, hey, that's probably the truth. But when I look at it, I think they're wrong. I think it's going to be 65 million plus. Well, there's their hedge. Oh, did another 100 million.
Well, to your point,
it's not going to do that.
I think this all depends on how many kids saw all the memes that were being made last weekend that now we got to go back this weekend and we got to make our own Instagram and TikTok videos doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you don't throw a soda at me, I'm good. Just don't do that. All right.
Right.
So specifically throw a soda at you? Okay.
Dude, no. That is not the meme.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.